Shalom, shalom, shalom. Shalom, family. Shalom. Hey, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me properly before I get started. Shalom, family. Just up on this late night while it's, peace and quiet right now. All the kids and the family sleep. So, the spirit jumped on me to do a quick breakdown, on Sirach chapter 15. That's shalom, shalom, family. Let me give it a couple more minutes, let a couple more people start coming in, on this late night. Quick breakdown on Sirach chapter 15. Like I said, the spirit just jumped on me. While I got peace and quiet in the household, kids is asleep, I figured I'd do a quick breakdown on Sirach chapter 15. If you got an Apocrypha or a 1611 Bible, you up and you ain't doing much, feel free to grab that. Let's get into this. Feel free to get in the comments and drop some precepts. Talk to me. All right. So without further ado, I want to say all praises to Yahawah, Shem, Yahawahshi. All right, and I want to give double honors to the elders. All right, in Israel, that's ruling in righteousness and making sure that this truth is spread on the four corners of the earth. Salutations to the brothers and sisters out there laboring in this truth. All right, and the sisters referencing their husbands in these last days. Okay, so first, before I get into Sirach 15, I want to get Proverbs chapter 7 first. All right, so we can get a good understanding on what I'm going into here. Shalom, Angela, Israel. Shalom, sis. Whoever else watching, shalom, shalom, family. So this is Proverbs chapter 7, verse 1. My son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with thee. All right, so we got to do everything in our heart and our might, all right, to keep the words of the scriptures, all right? Most importantly, the first 5 books of the Bible, man, the Torah, okay? And lay up the commandments with thee. So we got to keep it with us on a daily, man. When we wake up in the morning, we should be praying, meditating, all right? Constantly enduring and standing in this word, man. When throughout the day, when you go to work, man, write yourself a small note to on break to go and read a chapter, man. When you get off of work, make sure that you watching videos while listening to some truth music, staying in the spirit in these last days. All right, so lay my commandments with thee, keep my commandments and live, and my law as the apple of thy eye. So we got to make sure, like I said, that the laws is the apple of thy eye, man. Okay? So whatever you do, man, I don't care if you're traveling, you're going to work, all right, you just at the park, you taking a jog, make sure that you keeping this book in your mind, man. All right? 3, bend them upon thy fingers and write them upon thy table of thy heart. All right. 4, say unto wisdom, thy are my sister. So we got to consider wisdom to be our sister in these last days. All right. So everything that we do, all right, we got to make sure that we looking at these scriptures as our women, man, or our kinswomen. All right. That's how much love you got to have. All right. And just saying, SC Israelite, shalom, shalom, family, shalom, shalom. All right. So I'm gonna read 4 again. Say unto wisdom, Thou art my sister, and call understanding thy kinswoman, right? So we got to understand that this wisdom is our women, man. This is your first wife, man. All right? And if you're a woman, this is your kinswoman. This is your sister wife, so to say. All right? So you got to make sure that you doing everything you got to do. All right? We got to come out of the spirit of being prideful. We got to reprogram ourselves from the ways of this world, man. All right? And lay our foundation, okay, upon this book, man. All right? So 5, that they may keep thee from the strange women. Now, what would be that strange women? All right? Other philosophies, man. Going into Christianity, Islam, okay? Science, and all kind of nonsense of the world, man. We got to you with the right sister, or the you following, and you laying in bed with the right woman, man. Okay, so from the stranger which flattereth her lips, because everywhere we go, we see all these different logics and all these different religions, man. Okay, so they flattering their lips. But we got to make sure that we 10 toes down in this truth, man, and can't nothing make us go astray. Okay, so the reason why I went into Proverbs 7 is because once we read Sirach 15, we're going to go more into depth on what that woman is and why we call it wisdom. Okay, so Sirach chapter 15, he that feareth the Lord will do good. Okay, so the Most High going to make sure that you good if you fearing him properly, man. And he that has the knowledge of the law shall obtain her. So who is that her that this verse is talking about? Again, pursuing back to Proverbs 7, that her is this wisdom, man. Okay? So 2, and as a mother shall she meet him, and receive him as a wife married of a virgin. With the bread of understanding shall she feed him. All right, and we know the bread, all right, you getting spiritually fed by this word, man. All right, you filling your stomach up. Okay, so with the bread of understanding shall she feed him, and give him the water of wisdom to drink. He shall be stayed upon her. So we got to make sure that we stay upon this wisdom at all times. We got to deal in wisdom, walk in wisdom, think in wisdom, go to sleep and lay down with wisdom, man. All right. And shall rely upon her. So in your time of trouble, you shall rely on the wisdom. When you in distress, or you need answers for something, you should be turning to this book to get it, man. You shouldn't be going to listen to Dr. Umar, or going to TD Snakes, or none of these false prophets. All right, the answers is in this book, man. Okay. He shall be stayed upon her, and shall not be moved, and shall rely upon her, and shall not be confounded. So the more you grow in this truth, the less somebody can confound you, man. All right? So this is a growing process, man. And you got to make sure that you keep the faith in the Lord. That he give you the spirit to want to, when you pray, you got to make sure that you praying for this wisdom too. All right? We just can't be praying for things that we want. We got to be praying for things that we need. You got to make sure that the Lord don't give us over to a reprobate mind. We got to be making sure, that the Lord is is hearing your prayers, man. That you're not sinning, and that you asking for more wisdom in these last days. All right, that he keep you away from sin, man. Okay. So 5, she shall exalt him above his neighbors. So by you getting diligent in this book and getting the proper precepts and learning this thing with patience, The Most High said he'll exalt you above all the neighbors, man. So you'll be the man on the block with the wisdom, man. Okay? And as you grow, you'll become an elder. Okay? And in the midst of the congregation shall open his mouth. So she's going to open, the wisdom's going to, when you talk, nothing's going to come out your mouth but wisdom. All right? Because you did your studies and you stayed 10 toes down and you was patient enough to get the proper breakdown of this book. And you did everything in your might, you know, to lay down in bed with this wisdom, man. All right? With the true understanding of this book. He shall find joy in a crown of gladness, and she shall cause him to inherit an everlasting name. So by you, this is a job, all right? So we trying to build a spiritual bank account. So by you putting everything else to the side and getting serious with this truth, and you looking at this like an occupation, man. The Most High employed you, man. You didn't choose to do this. He chose you to do this. Okay, so you got to make sure that you build in that spiritual bank account, man. All right, because that's how you receive the crown of life or the crown of gladness. All right, and inherit an everlasting name. You want to be able to be known around the gates. And how do you become known around the gates? You become known around the gates by getting this wisdom and spreading it, man. Being a watchman for Israel. Being a fisher, all right, of men. So 7, but foolish men shall not obtain unto her, and sinners shall not see her. So a sinful man, he ain't gonna understand the proper breakdowns of this book. A sinful man, he gonna think that this book is all. A sinful man, he may think that the so-called white man wrote this book, but the Most High blinded his eyes. All right, because the Most High said only a righteous man gonna understand my breakdowns. Okay, a wicked man wouldn't understand. So 7 again, a foolish man shall not obtain unto her, and sinners shall not see her. 8, for she is far from pride. So, it's a lot of prideful men. Shalom, Yahawah. All right, so it's a lot of prideful men in Israel, man, and you can weed them out, man. You can tell who's gonna fall out, man. All right, just in the past 7 years, you see a lot of brothers that was in this thing that you don't see no more, man. Okay? I'm in Sirach chapter 15, verse 7, or verse 8 now. For she is far from pride, right? So wisdom ain't dealing with a prideful man. And men that are liars cannot remember her. So a prideful and a lying man, he's not going to remember the precepts. He's not going to be able to give you the proper breakdowns of this book, all right? Because we know lying is a sin. Being prideful is one of the 7 things that the Lord said was a great abomination, all right, in Proverbs. So the Most High not dealing with that kind of spirit, man. Okay, we got to make sure that we doing everything in our might, like I said earlier in this video, to be getting this proper breakdown. That means you got to be following the law, statutes, and commandments, constantly praying. All right, constantly walking in this thing, going out doing the work. This ain't just let's go cuss out the so-called white man all damn day, man. I know I'm an Israelite. Let me make some Facebook posts on the Instagram and Facebook, man. There's more to it, man. All right. So 9, praise is not seemly in the mouth of the sinner. So they not gonna praise you. A sinful man, he's not going to praise you for being righteous and waking up and being a fisher of men in your neighborhood. He's going to look down upon you when he ride past and you out on the corner doing the work, trying to wake up the lost sheep of Israel, man. Okay? Qam, that's the spirit. I stopped at 15 today. Qam, all right? So, so 10. For praise shall be uttered in wisdom, and the Lord will prosper it. All right. So say not thou, it is through the Lord that I fall away. So the Most High will do that. All right. If he don't feel that you carrying this thing properly, all right, he'll dismiss you, man. If you a half stepper, if you lukewarm, all right, and you just playing with this thing, he'll dismiss you, man. That's why you see a lot of fallouts among Israel, man. Strong brothers that was in the faith, man, that you don't see no more. All right. For thou oughtest not to do the things that he hateth. So let's get a couple of things that the Most High hateth. All right. So Proverbs 6:16. It says, 6 things doeth the Lord hate, and 7 are abomination unto him. A proud look. And I see a lot of that going on, man. Proud men. The Most High hate a proud look, man. A lying tongue and hands that shed innocent blood, and heart that divideth wicked imaginations, feet that be swift in running to mischief, a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that showeth discord among his brethren, man. And I see a lot of that going on, even with the Kobe Bryant situation, man. I see a lot of discord among brethren, man. Okay, why can't the man just rest in peace? You got brothers going up saying all kind of demonic and wicked things about the brother. All right, we do know that the Lord killeth and maketh alive, but all right, but that man had a family. Okay, so let the Lord have mercy on his soul. If not, hey man, maybe he'll somewhere quiet in heaven. Maybe we'll see him when we get out of here, man. Can the man rest in peace? You got brothers arguing on stats. You got brothers making YouTube videos about brothers. I see conversations where brothers is talking about laying hands on brothers about Kobe Bryant, man. All right. It's almost to the point where brothers is trying to idolize him now. All right. We know that the truth be told, he was into Illuminati, man. He sold his soul. All right. There's bad things and good things we can talk about. But let's just leave it there, man. Because at the end of the day, his family is still mourning, man. It don't take for all these brothers to just be talking down about this man. All right? Yahawah, Ecclesiasticus 6:12-6. For the Most High hateth sinners. That's right, man. Okay, so we know that Kobe Bryant wasn't keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, man. All right? And the Most High said, if you ain't keeping my law, statutes, and commandments, that he hated, man. He hates you, man. All right? That's what the Bible say. And will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment. But I could use that against the so-called white man. Okay? Because the so-called white man is the one that's operating like that, and he's going to be preserved for the day of the mighty, man. Because we're going to lay hands on them, man. And all these other nations, all right? Because you got jakes that get all sensitive when you talk about Esau too, man. Always want to put a cape on, man. All right, let's be real, Israel. So, back to Ecclesiastes, Sirach, chapter 15, verse 12. Say not thou, he has caused me to err. For he has no need of a sinful man. So like I said, the Most High have no need of a sinful man. He don't need you to serve, you know, and walk and do the work, man. What pleasure does the Most High have in a sinful man? Okay. 13. The Lord hateth all abomination, and he that fear God love it not. Okay, so the one that's fearing God, he's going to depart from evil. He's not going to have no love or compassion for the world anymore. He's going to become an enemy of the state, man, an enemy of this world. Okay, because now when you walk into the hands of the Lord, okay, and you operate in the way you're supposed to, then you become that nigga with fringes on, man. All right, you become considered weird, angry. All right, everybody is looking down upon you, but it's because they don't understand this book. Okay. 13. The Lord hateth all abomination, and they that fear God love it not. All right. He himself made men from the beginning and left him in the hand of his counsel. All right. So the Most High will send you back to your own vomit, man. If you a man in this truth and you half stepping, all right, or you a prideful man, all right, if you a man that think that the Most High ain't seeing all the shameful things that you doing on the side, man, the Most High see all things and he gonna deal with you, man. All right. So 14. He himself made man from the beginning and left him in the hands of his counsel. If thou wilt to keep my commandments and to perform acceptable faithfulness, he has set fire and water before thee. Stretch forth thy hand unto whether thou wilt not. Because man is life and death, and whether he liketh shall be given him. Salakian, before man is life and death, and whether he liketh shall be given him. All right? For wisdom of the Lord is great, and he is mighty in power, and beholdeth all things. All right? And his eyes are upon them that fear him. So the Most High is looking and protecting the ones that's fearing him in these last days, man. All right, the ones that's not just standing on the, and I ain't talking about you Jakes that like to sit on the damn keyboard all day and think, oh, I'm serving the Lord. I'm on Facebook and I'm arguing and debating with my brothers. That's not serving the Lord, man. All right? The Lord is in the midst of the ones that go out in the communities, all right, from state to state, country to country, doing the Lord's work, man. Physically, not just standing behind a damn keyboard all day. All right, you got to get out here and bear the fruit, man. 20. He has commanded no man to do wickedly, neither has he given any license to sin. All right, so the Most High have not given us license to sin. So the hell what your pastor talking about, man. All right, to hell what your pastor talking about, because the Christianity and the Catholic Church, all right, they are the main reason why our people stray from this book today, man. Because the pastor have given you license to sin. He make you believe that you can come to church every Sunday and just pay tithes and go out and come as you please, man. Now you got homosexuals in the church, lesbians, all right? You got people eating pork right after service. And it's just the truth, man. All right? And another thing, Israel, a lot of us got to stop dealing with emotions all the time. All right? It's a lot of emotional jakes on Israel, on Facebook, amongst the community, man. All right? We got to stay in the spirit, Israel. Okay? Because every time something tragic happened, you got Israel going on. Remember just last year when Nipsey Hussle died, you had a big uproar, man. And it'd be brothers in the truth fighting with other brothers in the truth. It don't make no sense. The Most High didn't give us this book for us to be arguing and bickering about nothing, man. Okay, let's get it together, Israel. It don't make no sense, man. So, that's all I have for today, man. You know, like I said, the spirit just jumped on me on this late night just to do a quick breakdown. You know, this is my new page. All right. My old page, Benson Daniel, I will be discontinuing with. All right. So if, you know, you come across this video, you know, add me to the book. Also, start subscribing, man. Subscribe to our YouTube page. All right. The Chosen Few. All right. NY. The Chosen Few NY. All right. So go ahead and just subscribe to that. All right. We're a fairly new camp out in Buffalo, New York. All right. We branched off pretty much HOI. Okay. So Go ahead and do that, man. So with that, I'm going to say, Shalom, family. Peace and blessings to everybody watching in your household. I love y'all. Shalom, shalom.